Yes, sir. Hot Tricker. Back up in this thing, man. Today, we'll be unpacking some of the world's biggest mysteries, man. Today, I'm reacting to some creepy TikToks that'll send you down another rabbit hole. But before we hop into that, man, go ahead and spam that like button right now so we can run the numbers up on the algorithm. You ain't got to think about it later. And then if you haven't already, man, go ahead and hit that sub button, man. Sub up. Join the family. It's time, man. This is the most lit and active community on YouTube, period, man. To everybody who's already subbed up, I just want to let you guys know how truly thankful I am to be a part of this community and how none of this would be possible without you guys. But with that being said, guys, let's hop straight into the video.
Lil Uzi Vertical posing as the Antichrist on this magazine cover. Char with the serpent and the forbidden fruit in her new album cover. The Weeknd posting this story, but if you zoom into the right, there's 666 and a pentagram on the wall. Cardi B joking about exporting the Illuminati if Elon doesn't fix her Twitter. Taylor Swift making music videos dressed up as the devil. And fans are reportedly suffering post-concert amnesia at her show. So when Tyrese Gibson said this on an interview, he couldn't be more right.
We're in competition right now because they are trying to normalize the devil. They are trying to the devil is on the main stage at award shows and in every video.
I feel like the whole music industry is taking a dark turn, but Lil Uzi might as well walk around with the pitchfork.
Take a look at this dramatic video out of Egypt. It shows, you can see that the scale of huge sandstorms hitting the country on Thursday. At least one person was killed and several injured after powerful winds downed trees and ripped billboards, and that's in the capital, Cairo. While sandstorms are common in Egypt, storms of such magnitude are in fact rare.
Mother Nature is relentless.
Getting rid of Wi-Fi out of your house, I guarantee, I could probably bet $1 million on it, but guarantee you will sleep better, your brain will function better, you'll wake up with more energy, you'll feel better, your skin will feel better. I mean, just everything about it. Because what's happening is with that thing pinging all the time like this, every 1 millisecond, that's a bombardment of a microwave radiation hitting you. And it's also, like I said, increasing the mold content in your home. So if you live in an area, which let's say, because I was in Texas, where it's more wet, it's more humid, right? There's a lot more humidity in the air. That increases the mold content as well too, with the Wi-Fi and all the pinging. So it's important to get that Wi-Fi out of the house, and also too for your health, right? When you're bombarded a lot by Wi-Fi, your cells clump together like that. They cannot move oxygen anymore. So you start to develop a lot of breathing issues. A lot of people too, who are also around a lot of static, a lot of Wi-Fi, a lot of that, start losing their hair, right? That's always a very common thing. A lot of people losing their hair. They're having hair loss currently today. Reason being, too much Wi-Fi frequencies, settings on their phone that all need to be disabled, right? Because this is an antenna. So if you think about it, if you have too much of the frequency on here, right, guess what? The antennas start falling out. And that's what happens.
I can see maybe turning off Wi-Fi for a little bit when you're not using it, but getting rid of it completely would be inconvenient. The theory that a lot of these pro sports are scripted is starting to hold a lot more weight.
This mysterious Jeffrey Epstein photo with the Island Boys has started to spread across the internet like wildfire. The photo shows Jeffrey Epstein on a beach with a bunch of young lads, which folks are suggesting are actually the Island Boys when they were young. Well, the picture has been forensically scanned by a couple of sources with mixed results, which I'll show you shortly. But first, where did it come from? Well, it turns out it was originally posted by an Instagram user named AI Artist King, known for sharing AI generated images. But don't let the name fool you, because there's more to this story than meets the eye. So the photo stormed across the internet, captivating people's attention, but here's where it gets even crazier. Before the photo even surfaced, there were two videos that seemed strangely connected. First, there was an animation by a user called Brickhead, which depicted the Island Boys as the Epstein Island Boys.
Hey, I'm a just island boy, Epstein Island boy. I used to get...
And if that wasn't enough, the Island Boys themselves got trolled into doing a cameo where they mentioned Epstein and Ghislaine.
Hi, G. Lane Maxwell. Jeffrey wants to thank you for all your help on the island. Please keep it quiet. Jeff is an island boy.
As the rumor mill started buzzing and people started to weigh in, the Island Boys responded to the allegations. In a video on TikTok, they denied any involvement with Jeffrey Epstein.
A lot of people think that we have something to do with Jeffrey Epstein. What do you think about that? Bro, I know nothing about Jeff Epstein, I promise you. They even went so far that they edited a picture with both of our mugshots and the picture of Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't even see that picture.
Leaving us with more questions than answers.
I'm a little skeptical because the original picture was posted by an AI artist, but the name Island Boys will make a lot more sense. Whoever filmed that is a brave soul. I would have been in a basement.
So this video is going viral and is really unsettling. It's by a user named Curtis PG, and I'm not really sure what to think of it. What do you think?
So I've just been here cooking, and I turn around to give one of my kids something from the living room. I come back, and I see this attic door open, and I have not been in that attic in months. Jeremy, get back. And every time I try to go shut it, I keep hearing this knocking sound. It doesn't seem to want to do it now, but like it's every time I go near it, it's not doing it. What the is that? Lights on. I had the maintenance man come over and check out the attic, and he went up there, didn't see anything. So once he was up there, I went up there, shined the light around, and there's nothing up there. It's such a small area. I'm pretty spooked, and what makes it worse is every time the power flickers, the baby monitor will come back on, and it always has this weird lady robotic voice saying, "We care about your baby's safety." And we lived here for 2 years, and there's been some strange things that happen, like our bathrooms sometimes smell like cigarette smoke, even though we don't smoke. And I actually make videos on TikToks on other accounts, and I've had like some strange things happen, but nothing like frightening.
I can handle the stairs, bro. I'll just duct tape those closed, but the knocking will cause me to move. My mind gotta be playing tricks on me.
This one, beloved by a New York town, was stolen and eaten. Now 3 teenagers have been arrested and charged over Memorial Day weekend. Faye, an iconic resident of the town Manlius near Syracuse, New York, has lived in the same pond with her partner for over a decade. Recently, she gave birth to 4 baby swans called cygnets, who were also stolen but were recovered and are healthy, officials say. Police say that the teens snuck into the pond area in the middle of the night and grabbed the bird as she was nesting. They say she was at the pond. The teens then took her remains back to one of their aunt's houses, cooked the bird, and ate it, police told the Associated Press. Investigators also said that the teens thought that she was just a very large duck. The teens were arrested after a resident reported seeing the cygnets at a shop.
It's New York, bro. It's gotta be somewhere nearby you could find a duck. This is just savage.
In this video, this guy jumps out of the plane with a woman for a skydive, and everything was going fine. But after they free fall for just a couple of seconds, this happened. Another skydiving plane flew past them, and it was literally inches away from hitting them. But thankfully nothing happened to them, and the guy was able to pull the parachute and land on the ground safely. Not gonna lie, that was just too close and things could have gone a lot worse.
That's too much thrill. It's time to hang up the parachute.
The entire peach crop in the southeastern United States is in bad shape. It's not just Jaymore. It's across the board. So in this situation right here, what we think our numbers are down in the 50 to 60% range, but we don't know what's viable and what's not. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, the early crop got hurt the worst. The mid-season crop is pretty good. The late season crop is good. So,
how unusual is it for you guys to lose your crop?
We usually lose about 1 in 10.
What is it like as the person who runs this farm, staring down, you know, you're only going to have maybe, if you're lucky, half your crop this year? I think you told me you stand to lose about $1.5 million.
Yeah. What we've done is diversified the farm. We're growing watermelons, we're growing cantaloupes, we've got extra tomatoes, extra sweet corn, stuff like that. I mean, we're going to have peaches every day for the, you know, from now until Labor Day. It's hard to say what variety it's going to be. Normally this time of year, man, I can just click them off. I can tell you when something's going to get ready. I can tell you really close to how many we're going to pick. There is really no way right now still for me to make a kind of a forecast on what we're going to harvest.
First it's the egg shortage, then the sriracha. Now Georgia can't even grow peaches, bro. It's all bad. It would have been chaos if that glass wasn't tempered. He wasn't playing. Like he just whipped up a bottle of Mike's secret stuff, bro, but that handoff wasn't sneaky at all. I feel like that would have ended differently if he wasn't occupied eating his food.
Hey, Danny, these fell out of your seat. These fell out of your seat. What? They fell out of your seat.
You're kidding.
No, they fell out of your seat. Those bolts fell out of your seat. I'm sorry.
He really brought 2 bolts to the amusement park to pull off this prank, bro. That's just cruel.
A pilot entrusted his teenage son with the controls of a commercial plane, resulting in a horrific crash. In 1994, a father had his kids on board a flight from Moscow to Hong Kong. In the middle of the night, he brought his kids into the cockpit to show them around. The 15-year-old got on the controls and the father turned on the autopilot, so the son got the impression he was flying. But fast forward a bit and the plane began flying in weird patterns. It randomly accelerated so quickly the G-force kept the kids stuck to the pilot seat and the pilot unable to reach the controls. The plane started to climb at an almost vertical angle, reaching 4.7 Gs and entered weightlessness. Once the G-force normalized, the boy was able to get out of the seat and the father back in, but as the boy left, he accidentally stepped on the rudder pedal, causing the plane to turn sharply to the right. The pilot did a hard turn left, which caused the plane to flip upside down, stall, and nosedive to the ground. He was able to pull the plane out of the dive, but overcorrected, causing a vertical ascent, another stall, and the plane to fall out of the sky in a corkscrew dive. The airline tried to hide the reason for the crash, but the voice recordings from the cabin revealed the truth.
Maybe he disengaged the autopilot somehow. That's just unfortunate, though.
But eventually, reptilians will preside over a stronger, unified Zindi empire. We will guarantee reptilian dominance if humankind is eradicated.
Understood.
Hey, with everything that's been going on, Star Trek is starting to feel like a documentary more so than a science fiction show.
Lie down. Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. Been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey, buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm just gonna set it up. Paper towels. And we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Little buddy.
look closely too, you can see a dark, ghostly figure, bro. I'm up.
This roller coaster will instantly kill you. It's supposed to kill you with elegance and euphoria. So it basically takes you all the way to the top, which you see here. And then once you're at the top, you have an option of getting off if you just decide that you change your mind, you don't want to. So you get to the top, and if you want to continue the ride, you have to manually push a button. And then after you push the button, the ride starts. So how it works is you basically lose consciousness and then pass out, then pass away. The easiest way to put it is you just pass away from the lack of oxygen in your brain. And I believe if you don't from it from the first time you ride it again, and it will definitely kill you.
They never letting this get built.
You just watched inside of a shark mouth.
Never want to experience that firsthand. I mentioned this before, but all it takes is for the internet to go down or a power outage, and now you have no access to water, bro. That's scary. Yeah, blow-up mattress in an infinity pool that's hanging off a cliff is a terrible idea to begin with.
Is this a good idea or a really bad idea? Air New Zealand have just announced this new thing that they're going to be doing on their planes, and well, it's never been done before. So obviously when you go to an airport, they weigh your luggage, they check it fits in the plane and everything. And of course it's pretty crucial to weigh your luggage because, you know, it can't weigh down the plane too much. But they've just taken this to a whole new extreme. So the airline will now be weighing passengers, every single passenger, before you get on board. Talk about the flipping queues, you're going to be stood there for hours. Now, some people are happy with this, thinking this will actually make it a lot safer. But a lot of people online are getting very angry and are not happy with this at all, with many people taking to the internet to say this is going to be embarrassing and horrible for people with or any kind of issue there. So I'm curious to know, what do you think? Is this a good idea or a bad idea?
This is just a quick way to lose customers.
How often are you able to find the source of it?
Chattahoochee Riverkeeper usually catches a number of spills. So in the whole, in our whole watershed, a lot of the sewer spills we see are down towards Atlanta, but we're pretty regularly catching them. I would say maybe once a month we're finding.
But can something down in Atlanta affect what happens up here?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No, most of the E. coli problems, mostly sewer spills tend to happen more often in bigger sewer collection areas. So a lot of the sources we have up here are related to wildlife, pets, agriculture, and industries.
Kind of sound like she was winging that interview, but maybe that's why they've been closing all the beaches at that lake.
Vatican's confusing. I knew that there was an immense amount of artwork there. When you actually go there and you see the billions and billions of dollars worth of art that was accumulated over who knows how many hundreds, if not thousands of years. They clearly stole all this shit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they have 53 miles of shelf space within that archive. That's why I was getting my conspiracy ideas going, because it's like, no one's allowed in there. You have to be a certain academic and you have to get permission. Right. You have to specifically request what you want to look at. And the issue with that is that if you don't know it exists, how do you know to ask for it?
I would request something mythical like the Holy Grail just to see if they got it.
Kevin Hart may have been in 2019 and been replaced with a clone.
Wait, what, bro?
The story goes that in 2019, he got in a car wreck when he was in the car with two friends. He had this nice muscle car and it flipped over and the top half was crunched.
He said, "It's a resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself in that moment. And this new version was born to understand and do better."
And then there's this interview where he literally says that he's a clone.
How do you do it? I have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's two of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. All right. I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned. I'm cloned. I'm cloned.
Now, this is all a conspiracy theory.
I mean, if you just listen to his stand-up comedy routines throughout the years, like, they're a lot different than they used to be.
Hey, that car was mangled too, man. Let me know what y'all think about this one. That's nightmare fuel. Absolutely not, bro. What version of Wizard of Oz is this?
All right, let's see if we can get a new claw out of this John. Let's figure out the pinky. What finger? Oh wait, let's just try one of these knuckles, I guess. Here we go. Push that a little bit harder. Come on, mister. Come on, you can peek out of there. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Look at it. We're growing. Come on, shapeshifting's fake. Come on. Keep going. There we're going. A little bit more. Keep going and growing. People are like, oh shit. Things are getting real up in her. Welcome to my life.
That was pretty good, but I need to see a claw fully busting through the skin to believe it.
This out. See the two Marines right there next to Biden? Well, there's a person videoing on their phone in the audience, and there are no Marines. Watch. Watch the phone. Watch the phone. There are no Marines there. What is going on?
Which way do I turn? Which way?
You tell me, guys.
Was that kiss?
Were your eyes deceiving you? Or were they really there?
It's all about the optics for them, bro. They gotta make it look as patriotic as possible. You gotta eat every mouse in the jungle to get that big.
32-year-old Dominic Parento says he lost $200,000 of his family's savings in an alleged scam that's so bizarre, it's hard to imagine that anyone could fall for it. But he did.
They just made me feel so comfortable. The way they talk, their etiquette, their dress, the fact that we were meeting in big public areas.
He advertised on Craigslist looking for a buyer for his family's restaurant in Dinuba in Central California. The ad was answered by men who said they were from Paris and had the cash, but there was a catch. The money, supposedly in this big duffel bag seen on security video during a meeting, had been dyed white in order to disguise it, they say, as plain paper, while it was moved from Europe and hidden. All they said was needed to turn it back into real hundreds was a chemical treatment, but that process cost money. If Dominic paid for that up front, all that cash was his.
You can't get more gullible than this, bro. I bet the scammers couldn't even believe this worked. But with that being said, guys, that was the video. Thank you for coming to kick it with me. Let me know what you guys thought about these creepy TikToks in the comments below. And until next time, y'all take care of yourself.